Hello guys and welcome back. Today we're going to be reviewing Taylor Swift's newest album, Lover. One thing I want to mention before we get into it, I just think it's really cool that she continues with how she promotes the album being released on August 23rd. And if you add up the numbers, 8 plus 2 plus 3 equals 13. And this is her 13th year of releasing music. Her first album, self-titled Taylor Swift, came out in 2003. Now she's been releasing music for 13 years. So in honor of her releasing music for a whole 13 years, and this being her 7th album, she has released 4 versions of her deluxe edition album. These are like one of the coolest and creative things I've ever seen. She's always talked about in interviews, saying that she's basically opening up her diary and giving us the lyrics and giving us an insight of her life. And that's actually what she's doing with these deluxe versions. Each one of them has at least 30 pages straight from her diary, photocopied, same color and everything, with some exclusive photos in them. Half of the book in here is also a journal for yourself. So I'm not going to go through all of it, but if you look inside, it does say Lover. In the beginning, what I think is really cool is it says this book belongs to Taylor Swift. And then, you go through, there are journal entries. There's a lot of different things in here that she talks about. And then she even has some photos in here that she hasn't really, put anywhere else besides probably just has at home. And then in the other half, like I said, it is a journal. So instead of it saying this journal belongs to Taylor Swift, this journal can now belong to you and you can begin journaling or continue journaling. And then in the back, of course, it has the song names. It even it's just crazy that this isn't just one product, just being a diary and a journal. It also in the back has the CD with all the lyrics to it. And it comes with a little fold-out poster inside. So if you do end up buying all 4, you get 120 pages from her diary, you get 4 posters, you get 4 albums, and I believe there's a discount going on. If you buy all 4, you get some kind of discount off. I just think it's really cool. I originally wasn't going to buy this, but it's just amazing to kind of see how things were created, kind of get an insight on, what she thought about when she was younger and today, and just kind of her process and just kind of her mind of what she thought about when making this music. So here is all 4 versions of the album and the diaries and journal. So I love these. They were definitely worth the price. I'm really waiting for the vinyl to come out because there's been a lot of really cool ideas of what the colors could look like. So I'm just going to leave those in the background on my speakers, and we're just going to talk about the album now. The first song on the album, I don't think I'm going to talk about every single song on the album because a lot of them have similar meanings, similar ideas in them, but mostly what we're getting from this album is, like she said, it's just a celebration of life, celebration of loving yourself, and celebration of being in the moment and letting go of just negative energy. The first one I'm going to talk about is I Forgot You Existed. The intro to this does sound very different. I love the intro to it, it's very small. It's very minimalist instrumentals, and then her kind of talk singing over it, and it's just really cool. And then once it gets to the chorus, I don't know, honestly I just really love this one. She's talking about somebody that she has forgotten about. She's I don't need this negativity in my life. I honestly forgot that you were even a problem of mine or that you even existed. She's and it was such a great time, So she's I don't hate you, I'm not mad at you, it's just, I don't know, I'm doing my own thing. I forgot you even were there. And I love that. We're getting a lot more of this savage Taylor Swift in this one from her previous record, Reputation. And I love that she's just she's still letting you know yeah, I don't need you. So like I said, these songs do have similar messages, similar meanings, and so I'm just going to be going over them kind of grouped together. This album is clearly talking about her relationship with Joe Alwyn. I think she's been dating him for around 3 or 4 years now. There are a lot of hints in these songs about her getting engaged. In Cruel Summer, she's I want to be with you for more than just, a few years. I want to be with you all the summers. She's I understand, sometimes it's hard at first, but I want to spend all my summers with you. I don't want to share you with anybody else. In the song Lover, we hear something that's very different sonically than anything she's done before, which is really interesting. At first, it did sound really off for a Taylor Swift song, but then I found out that all the instruments she's used in the song to produce it, all the instruments she used to produce the song were made before the 1970s. It gave a timeless feel to the song. I love it because it's just kind of a nice little waltz, a nice little kind of carrying song that just kind of uses the same instruments the entire song. And then when she says Lover, there's just no instruments at all. So it's really nice. It's, like I said, talking about her boyfriend, possibly fiance, Joe Alwyn at this point. Up next, my favorite song of the entire album is The Man. I love it when she talks about things political things, or just things happening in the world, or inequality, or just things that shouldn't be the way they are, and talking about it in a way that just Taylor Swift can only do, it's pop, but it's also, there's an important message in it, and she's like very positive, but also being like, this shouldn't be this way. So we've heard you need to calm down, we've heard me, we've heard LGBTQ rights, and you know, not hating on gay people, and not hating on gay people, you know, being very supportive. And then in The Man we get her talking about how it's so much easier for a man to get somewhere, or you know, to be something, and it's like, oh, like, you know, like for them it's more impressive if they do something. Like, I can take some time figuring out which kind of guy I like, but that's not right for me because I'm a girl, but if I was a guy it'd be different. Like, you can talk about, you know, this and that in your songs, you can talk about, you know, women and, you know, and drugs and like flaunting your money, and you would be considered, you know, really cool. But if I did that, it would just be completely different because I'm a woman and you're a man. So she's basically like, if I was a man, then I would be the man, because she's like, I don't need to flaunt my money, I don't need to do anything besides just be myself. But it's like, I always have to work a little bit harder because I'm not a man. And I just love it. Everything about the song is amazing, and the bridge piece, that part just really got me because I'm just like, it's just so true what she's talking about, and I love that she's just like not afraid to say what she wants to say, and she does it in such a great pop sound that just makes you want to dance and also like get mad and also be happy at the same time. It's just a lot of emotions that go on in these songs. Alright, the next 4 or 5 songs, maybe more, are talking about her love again. Like in the title, it is called Lover, so there's going to be a lot of love songs on it. In the artist, she talks about, you know, her past loves, her past loves kind of being a battle, and that she's ready to fight, she's ready to do what she needs to do to make this relationship last. She's been the hunter, she's been the prey, you know, she's been like part of the issue, she's been the one causing the issue, she's been blamed for things, she's been in and out of like just crazy situations, and she's like, I'm willing to fight for this love, please don't let it end. I think he knows and Paper Rings are the biggest hints we have to Taylor and Joe possibly getting married soon. In this one, she's kind of saying, you know, like, if you take too long to let me know that you want to marry me or be with me forever, then I'm probably gonna leave. But I'm pretty sure he knows this, and I'm kind of making it obvious by putting it on my album, so if he doesn't know, here you go. But I do think he knows that he needs to put a ring on it, basically. And it just continues. The message continues. In Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince, she's talking about being them against the world. She's like, she doesn't really care what people are saying about her. She's just still like, I just want to be with you. There's nothing more important than us being together. And then in Paper Rings, like I said, it's just a continuation of the idea of them being engaged. She's basically like, I like shiny things, but honestly, I'd be fine marrying you with just a paper ring. She's like, we're so good together that I don't need expensive or fancy things. Like, I just want you. And she is like, I want to be married. Let's just get it done. So on songs like Cornelia Street, Death by a Thousand Cuts, and London Boy, obviously talking about specific moments with Joe. He's from London, she's from America, and she's like, basically like, just please don't end this. Like, I don't want to be sad. I don't want to think about the good and bad times. I just want us to be like this forever and not change. I just want us to be us. So like in Death by a Thousand Cuts, she's like, this would hurt me so much if you ended it or if this didn't work out. And I can't imagine, you know, like, think about how big this album is going to be. This album is a guaranteed #1 album, and it's most likely going to do better than Reputation on the amount of sales and streams, because she's just really good at planning. This one she did a lot more promotion for, and it's so cool that she finally owns the rights to her music. So I feel like she's definitely going to take this album cycle and tour a lot more seriously, which is a lot from Taylor Swift because she always takes everything so seriously. But I feel like she's going to really push it so heavy. But anyways, I just feel like if they were to break up, the next album would just be the saddest album. Also would probably sell more than this album. And so she's just constantly competing against herself. All I'm saying, this man should not break up with Taylor. They should just be together, get married, that's it. In London Boy, she's talking about how she's getting to know his ways of being a London boy, and he's getting to know her ways of being American. She's like, yeah, I love some of these American things in my culture, but honestly, I love you being a London boy. I love the things that you do, and I love kind of tagging along. Soon You'll Get Better, featuring the Dixie Chicks. We kind of had an idea of this feature during the Me video when there was a wall of chickens, and in one of the frames it was the Dixie Chicks. And so she's hinted at that for a while. This one really reminds me of like her very first album, just the sound of it. And it's really cool, you know, she's just like being very positive. She's like, things will get better. In False God, this one reminds me of a Lana Del Rey song just because of the voice in it. It's just very slow and melodic. I love the saxophone in this. It's very subtle in there, but it just sounds really cool in here. It's a different sound for her. And she's basically just saying, you know, yes, this love could be bad for us, but it's sacred and I want to cherish it even if I'm worshipping a false god. You know what I mean? She's like, this is just what I want. Throughout this album, she's in love, and she is blindly in love, and she doesn't care. And of course, we've heard You Need to Calm Down. This was the second single to be released, and the music video was amazing, supporting the LGBT community, and also just giving us hints to the song Archer. There was so much color, and it's just so amazing that she took the time to think like, you know, I have a voice, I have a platform, I'm going to use it for, you know, supporting my friends and my community. And there's so much, you know, judgment still for gay people in the community, and so it's just really cool that she used her platform for that and just like worked with Todrick in creating the video, and you know, including the lines, you know, talking about that everybody has crowns, you know, everybody that they've ever compared to Taylor Swift, like Rihanna, Adele, Ariana Grande, Lady Gaga, Nicki Minaj. She's like, we don't need to fight. We're all really good at what we're doing. Like, we're all queens of pop. Like, we don't need to separate ourselves. We just need to come together. And I just love that. It's just such a good positive message, and also, well, like, you know, shutting down hate. She's like, you need to calm down. You need to stop. You're being too loud. We don't need to hear it. Unless you're going to be loving and positive, just don't say anything at all. Afterglow is, I think, the moment of her being married, and she's like, don't leave me. I just want to get to the afterglow with you. I want to be happy. So honestly, what I'm getting from this album is, Joe, please marry Taylor Swift. Do not break her heart. And of course, we get into the song Me, which we know is featuring Brendan Urie. This was the first song released on the album. The music video was so colorful, it hinted at the name of her album, Lover. And like she said, this album is about celebrating yourself, celebrating love. And in this one, she definitely is. She's like, there's nobody but, you'll never find another like me. You'll never find another lover like me, which is, in the beginning, she told us the name of her album and we didn't even know. And then she's just like, there's no one like me. I love myself. I'm gonna celebrate myself and be confident and be happy. It's Nice to Have a Friend is the next one. She's letting us know that it's good to have a friend, even especially in these hard times of her reputation always, you know, taken down, or, you know, talking about this, you know, people don't like her, people are saying horrible things about her and all this, and so she's just like, it's nice to have a friend who understands me and who isn't going to listen to all these rumors and things that people are saying about me. So in Daylight, she left the darkness from Reputation into the light. The old album was black and white. It was about her. She was, you know, talking about situations that had happened with Kanye West or Kim Kardashian or some of her exes, and so she's kind of like, I'm done. Like, I'm leaving that darkness behind, and now I'm gonna go into the daylight. Like, I have a lover now, I'm happy, I'm doing my own thing, and now I'm free. In the song Dancing with Her Hands Tied, her lyrics are, deep blue but you painted me golden. So it's interesting that she chose to say that she uses the word blue a lot in the lyrics. She's also dyed parts of her hair blue. I mean, it probably means nothing, but I don't know, Taylor Swift, it could mean a lot of things. So yeah, she definitely says blue a lot in the album. I really do love this album, but personally I like Reputation a lot more. It's just, a lot of her albums have a lot of love songs, and yes, Reputation did have a lot of love songs, but even with it being a love song such as like Ready For It, you kind of got a sense of her talking about something else. Like, yeah, she's talking about waiting for somebody and being like, oh, like, you know, I'll wait until, like, I'm gonna have you eventually, so I'll wait. But then she also has this piece where it's like, are you ready for it? Gets into this like really intense bass, and you're just like, ready for what? Like, this could mean anything, like, ready for it. So she kind of took like a love song and made it into like a general statement. And it's just a really cool sound. Like, that song always gets me just like really amped up. I always feel like amazing when I listen to that song. Like, the first 3 or 4 songs, like Endgame, I Did Something Bad, those ones are my favorite, and it's weird because they're right at the beginning, but those ones are my favorite because she's just like, yeah, I did something bad, I did this thing, but I don't care. She's just like, I don't care. Like, yeah, I do it again. Or in Endgame, she's like, I bury hatchets, but I keep maps of where I put them. You know, she's like, yeah, like we've had some fights, I've been in some bad situations, but I'll forget about it, but I'll remember exactly who did it. So in the album, it's just like it says, it's her reputation. So I just feel like she was more intense, like more like of it's like more just like fighting back rather than just being like love songs, which is great. Taylor Swift is known for her love songs. I mean, a lot of them are really good. They're very fun, they're very free, they're very light, they're very happy, and they're very, very good love songs. If I was gonna rate the album, I would probably give it an 8 out of 10. That's just because, like I said, it's a lot of love songs, but I think it's really great that she's now owning her own music. She took a lot of time to create the diaries for her albums. I think all of the art that she's done, being very light and positive, it's just really great. I just think Reputation was better. That's just my opinion. I still do love this album, and I'm probably going to listen to this album some more and find even more songs that I love because of the lyrics or just the way it sounds or gets stuck in my head. So this is just honestly first opinion. So I mean, I could eventually later down the road be like, this album is even better now that I know this or know this about the album. So it's like, it's always changing for me. Once I find out more information about, you know, the album or anything like that, I'm just like, wow, it's even better. Basically my first reaction, first review of the album. I really love it and I'm excited to see what new records she breaks this year. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure and listen to Lever. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I'll be posting videos every week about new album reviews. So yeah, thank you guys and keep exploring new music. I also recently did an interview with Solly Had, which I will put in the link below, and my Spotify Top 10 playlist, which will be featuring the song The Man in that as well. Every time there's a new song that I just really love will be in that playlist. Just my top 10 can always go to and listen to whatever I'm doing. So find that playlist, listen to the video interview. Thank you guys and keep exploring new music.